Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is the Sun Woman. Welcome to my new podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. These messages are going to be for Taurus for August 2020. If you like this video, if it resonates for you, please consider liking it and sharing it. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so. If you would like a private reading, you can contact me. My information is in the box below. I'd be happy to do a private reading for you. So for August 2020, this is going to be an interesting month for all of us, regardless of our signs. We have some very significant planetary aspects taking place. Some of that are not going to be as easy as other months, right? We do have a strong square going on between this Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto stellium in Capricorn and Mars in Aries. So for you, Taurus, this is going to be taking place in your 9th house, which is Capricorn, and your 12th house, which is Aries. So what does this aspect mean for you? Well, I do feel that many of you are going to be experiencing challenges where it comes to your life philosophies or your viewpoints or your religious views. There is an indication here that you could be experiencing some, subconscious fears as far as being able to express yourself freely, right? Some of you may be having some fears that maybe what you say or the way you communicate, you could be judged maybe unfairly because of, from the powers that be. The 9th house has to do with our life philosophies, has to do with our viewpoints on life, religion. The 9th house also rules people from other people who are different than us, right? From other ethnic groups, other countries. The 9th house is foreign travel. And the 9th house is also, higher education. So colleges, universities, professors. It also rules, as I said, religion. So, people who are religious figures would fall into this, as well as gurus, therapists, people like that. People who have a higher level of education in general. And so that's your 9th house. The 12th house ruled by Aries with Mars there. Again, there could be some conflicts between your fears, maybe some irrational fears that you might have of people or other people's viewpoints that are different than yours. Some of you may be, very much absorbing the current events that are happening in the world right now, especially political events, world events. And this could be causing you, definitely some stress, some anxiety. Mars in the 12th house definitely activates our irrational fears. It can also activate fears from past lifetimes. The 12th house is a karmic house. So very often, when we have strong aspects there, we get sometimes a bleed through from previous lifetimes. So even though we may not have experienced certain things in this incarnation, sometimes our experiences from previous lifetimes, previous incarnations, do kind of bleed through, and we don't know where they come from, but it is our channeling those memories, right, of our karmic memories. So it's going to be very important for you this month to define what is true and what may not have any basis of truth or reality. Okay, as far as your life right now. Now, some of you may be dealing with people with legal matters. So there could be some fear that legal matters will not, be decided in your favor. What I recommended this is that you educate yourself, look for advocates who can support you, to help protect you and help, break things down in a way where you know your rights, and you know what is required of you in order to best protect yourself, defend yourself, and represent yourself. Okay, so definitely looking for advocates this month. There is going to be a really interesting aspect the 18th of August, where we have that new moon on the 18th in Leo. And that is going to be conjunct Mercury and taking place in your fourth house. So there could be developments in your fourth house regarding a home, family situation. You could be receiving some unexpected news or unexpected messages, but I think that the new moon in Leo is going to bring maybe some positive developments for you in those areas. Again, maybe some unexpected developments, but I think that in the outcome, there is going to be positive news that's going to be beneficial to you. So we do have additional aspects here. I want to get into the reading that I've already laid down for you. I'm using the Muse Tarot, M-U-S-E Tarot, which is a beautiful tarot deck. Very vibrant paintings and depictions here. And I'm using the Oracle deck from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So I have pulled one card, and I will also be pulling a final Oracle card, kind of surprise at the end, which will give us like an exclamation point and, of spiritual messages for you, to help you in August. So let's go ahead. The card coming into August is the Five of Emotions, or the Five of Cups. You have the Seven of Materials, or Pentacles, covering you. You have the Ten of Cups. In this deck, it's the Ten of Emotions in the near future, which is a beautiful card, which is probably going to be around that new moon time on the 18th. We have the Seven of Inspiration, or the Seven of Wands, crowning you. We have in the area, and the card crowning you, by the way, is your advice card for this month. In the area that, indicates the influence of other people in your life, we have the Muse of Emotions. Now, let me just say that in this deck, there are 4 additional cards. There is a muse for each of the elements. So for cups, pentacles, swords, and wands, we have emotions, materials, voices, and inspiration, and we have a muse for each of those. So as we go through there, I will, explain to you what the muse is all about. You actually have 2 of them in this reading. So you have the Muse of Emotions in, representing other people's influences in your life. You have the Muse of Voices, which is swords, representing your obstacle. And at the end of the reading, which would be talking about potential outcome, at the end of August, you have the Five of Voices, or the Five of Swords reversed. Now, topping things off, you have the Star at the base of the deck. And I just want to mention that, I've been doing some automatic writing with this group of readings that I've been doing for August. And when I started sketching for your reading, the first thing that came out was a star, right? A 5-pointed star, which I, circled as like a protective pentagram for you. And it's interesting because it came right out at the base of the deck here. So that's confirmation for me that you are definitely under protection. So regardless, what I was saying at the beginning of the reading is that you may be very spending a lot of time listening to, watching the news, watching, current events, global events, and maybe dealing with stress and anxiety because of those things. Fear that those things are going to invade your life or invade your home. Fear of people who are different from you, or maybe even fear of, political forces, Big Brother, those things that, affecting you. What I want to say to you, Taurus, is that you should rest assured that you are protected this month, okay? You have the star watching over you, protecting you. The star is an indication of not only angels and not only the universe protecting you and, and watching over, but also the influence of loved ones who have passed on and who are in higher realms, who also advocate for us and, stand before the throne on our behalf to protect us and defend us. So don't be concerned, okay? Whatever fears that you may have, put them to the side, because those are things that are trying to hold you back from living a happy, joyful life, okay? Regardless of what's going on in the world. So you have the Five of Cups coming into the month of August. That definitely, represents what I was just referring to, maybe feeling, a lot of you feeling sad, just sadness over the state of the world and sadness over suffering, maybe global suffering, community suffering. Some of you may have experienced a loss, personal loss, and if you have, I'm deeply sorry for that. And so there is an indication of, loss, of pain, of some emotional distress with the Five of Cups. And, on the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you have a person who, has their back turned to the viewer, head is down. In front of them, they are mourning, basically, over 3 cups that have been spilled. But behind the figure are 2 cups that are still remaining full, that are still upright. And this is just a message that regardless of how things look, whatever you have lost, there is still hope, right? There is still love available. There is still, potential for fulfillment. There is still support. You have the 2 cups there, so it could represent another person, or even just an energy coming in that you should be aware of, that is supportive to you. Okay, on this particular deck, the 5 of Cups is depicted by a woman in a black cloak. Who could very well be in mourning. She has her arm covering her heart, and she's surrounded by ice, okay? So there's ice above her, ice below her. So some of you may be feeling like you have, that song, An Icebox Where My Heart Used to Be. Some of you, may feel that your heart is frozen, or that you're not able to, release your love or express your love. I do feel that there is going to be some healing, and which is definitely depicted by the Star, which is a card about healing and recuperation, recovery, and the 10 of Cups. So let's go through the next card. We have the 7 of Pentacles covering you currently. So I do feel that there's going to be the opportunity for you to reap some benefits of seeds that you have already planted in your life, Taurus. Materials, Pentacles talks about money, talks about security, funds, support. So I see many of you tending your garden, and you can take that whichever way that it may apply to you, whether it's a physical garden or whether it is your financial affairs. So maybe little by little accumulating monies, investing into something that you expect or hope that will yield, a significant crop in the future. So there's the opportunity to invest time, energy, even love into something, focus your energies on it so that you can, reap what you sow. I think that's going to be a good area to focus those energies and kind of redirect what you may have been suppressing or what may have been lost, you can start to rebuild again, Taurus. Okay? And in the near future, you have the 10 of Cups. So beautiful progression from that 5 of Cups to the 7 of Pentacles, and then the 10 of Cups, which is representing the near future. So some of you could really experience a very strong sense of fulfillment. This could be in your emotional life with a partnership. This could be in your home life. Some of you could see something that you have invested time and energy, love, blood, sweat, and tears really come to a full culmination, all right? The 10 of Cups or emotions here, you know, that's the highest pip card, right? From 1 through 10. And, you know, so it is a card of fulfillment. There may be marriages in the month of August. There may be renewals. You know, some of you could be having an anniversary or some significant celebration that's going to bring joy. Some of you could be reuniting with family. Family reunions are possibly indicated here. Just a warmth of spirit. So beautiful how, you know, we have your 5 of Cups kind of, you know, cold heart coming in, and by the middle of August, the potential for, you know, the highest expression of that emotional energy, of that, you know, that joy. We have the 7 of Inspiration, or the 7 of Wands, as your advice card. And I'm going to connect this to the Oracle card because, you know, that's the impression that I just received. The 7 of Inspiration, the 7 of Wands, is a card about fighting for what you believe in, right? So it's a card where we stand up and we defend ourselves against enemies, against criticism, against attack, whatever that might be. We also defend what is ours. So, you know, whether that's loved ones, whether it's children, you know, family members, whether it is a business or a partner, you know, you are willing to stand up and to ward off attacks, invaders of any kind, you know, haters, whatever it might be, in order to protect what is yours, protect and defend what is yours. Now, the Oracle card that you received here is Leadership. And this is a beautiful Oracle card. It is a picture of a polar bear walking across ice at night. There is the North Star up in the left-hand corner, and there is what looks like, you know, the Aurora Borealis in the right corner. So, you know, you might want to take a look, maybe Google bears as totems. You know, what does it mean to have a bear as a spirit animal? Specifically, this is a polar bear. Polar bears are very powerful, right? They're very powerful. They are also very nurturing to their babies. They're very fierce when they have to be. They are hunters. And, you know, they are able to ward off other animals, you know, in order to protect and defend their territory. The North Star is here on the card. And so I think that, you know, that is, again, that star energy, that star element that I sketched for you. You have the star at the base of the deck and the North Star on the Oracle card. So some of you may need to figure out, or in this month you may start to understand or learn, what is your North Star? What is your true north, right? What gives you the highest level of emotional satisfaction, spiritual satisfaction? Remember, the North Star is the star that led the Magi to the baby Jesus's manger, right? To find the king that was born. And so the North Star is a star that informs us of a higher spiritual calling, right? And it's trust, because those magi trusted that North Star would take them to the King and would take them to the Christ. So, trust that you have these powerful forces surrounding you, protecting you, and guiding you in this month of August, and allow that to, kind of wash away those fears, that you are maybe, have the opportunity to put to the side, right? We have the Muse of Emotions as representing someone in your life that may be influencing you this month. And I just want to say that the star also is a card ruled by Aquarius, right? So there may be an Aquarian who is significant in your life, who may be influencing you, or may bring some positive energy, wisdom, support. Aquarius has the ability to Aquarius is the visionary, right? So Aquarius has the ability to see the bigger picture. And when we think about Aquarian energy, that's humanitarian energy. That's the activist energy. So some of you, as I said, at the beginning of the reading, you may be fighting for some type of cause. So you may be aligning yourself perhaps with a cause that fights for immigrants, or fights for, people of a different religious group. And you may have fear of doing that for fear of reprisal, or fear of how people will view you as maybe a rebel, or a, non-traditional, okay? But Spirit is trying to lead you and trying to guide you to something higher than yourself, higher even than what other people may think about you. So make sure that you're able to, be open to tap into this powerful energy, star energy that is covering you this month. The Muse of Emotions is the card in the area, indicating other people in your life. The Muse is, we know, someone who inspires someone, okay? So, in history and mythology, the Muse can be a person, it could be a mythological being, who inspires music, art, poetry, some creative work of art. So in your life, there could be someone who does that for you and who represents that for you. This could be a very creative person. As I said, it could be a person who is active in the arts, a writer, a dancer, a singer, someone who's a performer, or an artist, a fine artist or a designer who truly inspires you this month. The obstacle here is the Muse of Voices. So the Muse of Voices represents swords, and swords are representative of ideas, concepts, communication, thoughts, and mental energy. So, some of you may need to allow yourself to release, and over focus on mental energy that may be holding you back, right? Irrational thoughts, irrational fears, overthinking situations, thinking too much. What if this happens? What if that happens? Overthinking to the point where you paralyze yourself from being able to act. Right? Where, paralysis of action because you're thinking too much, or you're worrying too much, or there's too much on your mind. And instead of feeling, being in a situation where you need to feel your way through, or you need to, be decisive, you are overwhelmed with thoughts or fears. So that's your obstacle. You want to try to avoid that this month, or go around that, or go through it if you can. The card at the outcome, which represents the potential outcome at the end of August for you, is the Five of Swords reversed, or the Five of Voices reversed. So I like this card reversed because right side up, it is one of the more complicated cards in the tarot. Usually with the Five of Swords reversed, there is an indication that someone has gotten the better of you, right? It's a defeat card. It's someone getting away with maybe dishonorable gain, winning, but at what costs, right? So reversed, the way I interpret this is that you have the power to defeat whatever is trying to defeat you, Taurus. Okay, whatever's trying to beat you or hold you back or hold you down. I see you taking back your power in August, as opposed to having your power taken, as the Five of Swords indicates. With it reversed, you are taking back your power. You are controlling, those that worry, that stress, maybe anxieties, maybe irrational fears, or stress that you may have been feeling. You're using that Seven of Wands, which is the advice card, to fight those things off. And it's interesting where you may be coming into the month worried about fighting external influences, or external influences having power over you, power over your thoughts, your actions, your security, your life in general, right? When the truth is that the fight that you have to fight is internal, okay? About your own internal promptings getting the best of you. So I do feel like you're not going to allow that to happen, and that by the end of August, you will have a really good grasp on what's true and what is false in your life. And you will, again, be supported by loved ones, family members, a partner, some event or development that's going to really do your heart good and inspire you, right? And help take the edge off of that Five of Cups energy that you're coming into August with. I think that you definitely have victory in the outcome here for August, Taurus. And again, leadership is a strong element, following your North Star, having faith in protective energies, forces, loved ones, angels, God, the universe watching over you, and kind of allowing yourself not to worry, knowing that the universe has your back. Okay? All right, so I'm just going to pull one more card from the Tao Oracle. Let me see if there's anything else here. Let's see. Yes, you do have, Uranus, the planet Uranus has been in Taurus, okay, is in Taurus. So that's been, a bit disruptive for you, right? Because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus usually brings the unexpected. So, for a steady, security-minded, stable sign like Taurus, it is not easy having that planet in your sign. Some of you have definitely experienced some disruptions in your life, disruptions that have caused, instability as far as your sense of security, disruptions around your income, money, values, resources in general, right? So just unexpected developments. And I think that that's very much the basis, kind of a double whammy that you've had, with Uranus and Taurus shaking things up. Often when Uranus moves into Taurus, we have a lot of seismic activity in the world, right? Earthquakes, things like that. So yes, you could be or could have been experiencing or are currently experiencing your own seismic activity in your life, shakeups in your life, right? Plus all of that Plutonian, Saturnian, Jupiterian energy in Capricorn, again, another earth sign. So yeah, a lot of energy, external energy, shaking things up for you. But again, the message I heard is know God. Know God, Taurus. Okay, know that God is there. Know meaning K-N-O-W, God. All right. Let's see what the final card is for Taurus. Taurus, August 2020. August 2020. Taurus. Okay. All right. Oracle cards are a little sticky. I'm going to shuffle one more time. One more shuffle for Taurus. And let's see. Okay, great. We have the card. It is the number 18 card, work on what has been spoiled. Okay, another sign got this card. Try to think who it is. I have to think for a moment. But yeah, work on what has been spoiled. So this card talks about having experienced losses, right? Having experienced some kind of maybe failures, right? Taking an L, but bouncing back, okay? So yes, that may have been what's been going on with you, Taurus. You may have taken some losses or experienced, disruptions, but you are in the process of bouncing back from that. And the basis of that is spiritual faith. Here are some of the key words: healing, correcting past mistakes, making repairs, cleaning up corruption, restore balance, responsible action. Okay? So, a beautiful message here for your outcome. The 18 card, the number 18 adds up to a 9, and 9 also, again, another spiritual number, coming to the end of a cycle, the end of difficulties with the 9. All right, 9 is a universal number, again, a strong spiritual number. And so I feel like you are coming to the end, regardless of what what may appear on the surface. You are coming to the end of a period of struggle, and you will have the opportunity to begin repairing whatever has been spoiled in your life. All right, so stay strong, Taurus. Know that you're protected and watched over. Have faith in that, and use your voice. Find your voice and use it in August. And remember that we not only seek the light, but we should be the light. All right, thank you so much, Taurus. Wishing you love, peace, and joy, all good things, and I bid you namaste.